Hey YouTube, Sergeant Savinelli. So, I needed to go to the supermarket this morning. Big mistake. It's not so much that I don't like going to the supermarket, because I don't really mind it. But I just don't like dealing with some of the people that are there. So I generally try to kind of figure out what times they're not going to be there, and that's when I go. So I get there. I've only got a couple of things to pick up for something I'm going to make for dinner. I get in, grab my stuff, head right for the self-checkout line. I notice that there's an elderly woman in front of me. Nice old lady. Somebody's grandmother. She turns and smiles at me. And I smile at her, tip my hat. Directly in front of her is this kid. 16, 17 years old. In his pajamas. Strike one. He's got a bottle of water and a tube of toothpaste. The old lady in front of me has got two things in her hand. Couldn't tell you what they were because I was more focused on the person standing in front of her. And like I said, I only had a couple of things. I didn't have a lot. And I'm watching this kid stand there and stare at the self-checkout machine. Just staring at the screen. This puzzled look on his face. After about 3 minutes, the nice old lady in front of me says to him, "You know, that lady over there could probably help you, if you're having a problem with the machine." He turns to her and says, "Wait, what?" Strike two. So the old lady motions to the gal in the front that comes around and helps when the lights all start blinking and you have problems with these things. She comes over. She says, "Can I help you?" The kid says, "Yeah, the thing won't work." So the employee waves her magic card over the scanner. It beeps. She says, "That should take care of the problem. You should be all set now." Not even a thank you from the kid. Now I can feel the steam starting to come off the top of my head. So he scans his water bottle. It goes down the belt. He scans his tube of toothpaste. It goes down the belt. He hits the checkout button. Pulls out a wad of crumpled dollar bills and goes back to staring at the screen. And I'm thinking to myself, any day now, put the money in a slot. And he's staring. We're about 8 minutes into this ordeal at this point. Don't think 8 minutes is a long time? Try standing there for 8 minutes while all of this painful stuff is going on. So he turns to the old lady and he says, "I only got $5. The bottle of water and the tube of toothpaste came out to 6 and change. This genius has $5 to his name. The old lady turns to me and gives me one of those "please help me" looks. Now, I don't know if he was looking for the old lady to offer to give him the extra $2 to make his transaction, but she didn't give in. Just then, another employee comes over and opens the checkout right next to us, which had been closed. So he opens that up. Well, I waste no time maneuvering my cart around to that newly opened register, and I start scanning my stuff through. As I'm scanning my stuff through, I can hear the kid on the other side talking to the female employee who would come back over to find out what the holdup was. Because now there was a line that was longer than any other line in the self-checkout. And the kid says to the gal, I only got $5. And the employee very nicely says to him, well, yeah, but, you know, the bill is $6 and change. He says again, yeah, but I only got $5. So now the employee says, well, you're just going to have to cancel your transaction and go put the stuff back if you can't afford to pay for it. Apparently some kind of a light bulb went off. And the kid says, oh, my bad. Strike three. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. I had to get out of there because I was going to reach over and grab that kid right by the throat and say, what is wrong with you? So here it is. If you're 16 or 17 years old and you're old enough to drive a car, you should be able to get dressed in clothes to leave your house. That's number one. Don't go out in pajamas. If you're old enough to drive a car, you should be able to work the self-checkout machine at the supermarket. If you're old enough to drive a car, make sure that you leave the house with enough money in your pocket to pay for whatever it is you need to buy. And most importantly, parents, if your 16 or 17-year-old is an idiot, keep them home.